Dear former admissions officer, surprise, it's me again. Hi, I'm Steve Hahn, and I'm a former admissions officer from the University of Chicago, and I now work as a senior strategist here at Crimson. Dear FAO, why did you choose to go to UChicago? I've heard it's notoriously rigorous, and it seems like a stressful place. I'm trying to decide where to go, and a place like UChicago seems amazing but intimidating. Why UChicago and not somewhere else? Thanks. Adam. Well, Adam, that is a fantastic question. Obviously, I went to UChicago and I love UChicago, so I'm more than happy to answer this. UChicago was one of the schools that I got into, and initially actually I didn't think it was my top choice when I was applying. Something that I will note is we're gonna talk a lot about fit in this answer and where fit comes into play. When I was looking at schools, I didn't realize how little I knew about the schools until I went and visited the school. When you are admitted into a university, you will have a chance to go visit the university. But even before that, you can go visit universities and go on tours and do information sessions and just get a better sense of what the school is. If you are going to college application season thinking, I just want to go to a good school, that's not unheard of, but I do recommend you do research into looking at each school individually, right? What are, every single school in the top 20, in the top 10, the top 30, they're all different, even if you think that they're all pretty similar because they're in the same ranking, or if they're in the Ivy League, for example. A school like Columbia, where you're going to be in the Upper West Side in a city, is going to be different than Dartmouth, where you're kind of in a smaller town. The resources that are offered to you will be different. Student culture is different. Schools like Harvard and Stanford, for example, have completely opposite housing systems, right? Stanford uses a ticketed tier system, whereas Harvard uses a house college system that you might find in schools in the UK, for example, right? So when you're thinking about figuring out what college is going to be the best place for you, you're going to want to think about what are you looking for in a college experience and how does that align with what the school offers. And when you're writing your essays as well, you're going to want to really think to yourself, what are my needs as a person and as a student, and how can they best be met at that school? That's the best way to write the essays, but also to approach your college search. So when I was thinking about schools, UChicago I didn't realize was a perfect fit for me because I wanted to go to a school in a big city where they had public transportation, where there was going to be a lot of resources for me beyond just what the school offered. It was important to me to go to a school that had a great pre-med program, which is what I studied in college, but also that had other really great programs should I want to pivot within the undergraduate system. And it was important to me to go to a college where there was a housing system, the one that UChicago had, which is you get sorted into individual colleges once you're given a dorm. That was important to me because I was nervous about making friends, and so structurally and systemically, there were a lot of ways to be able to make friends while you were at UChicago, and you graduate with the dorm that you start at UChicago. So the idea of starting and ending your college experience with the same family was really attractive to me as a high school student. That's why I chose UChicago. There's a lot more reasons, obviously. We all can go into detail here at Crimson should you work with whoever your strategist is. But for me, again, those were some of the big reasons why I went to UChicago. I hope that was helpful. I hope UChicago seems less daunting and intimidating to you, Adam. And again, if you have questions about UChicago or college admissions in general, please drop them down below.